Well, this turned out to be fun. Oh, it was there, dude.
I just need that to turn.
I know. Let me tap it.
Let off. All right, let's...
Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. So Camp RZR 2023, that was pretty crazy. All the trailers for miles, we all saw it. We knew that was going to happen. That was no surprise to anybody. It was extremely bad. Camp RZR was really mellow. The traffic was extremely bad and really entertaining. So that was fun, but we did break. You just saw it. We broke on Saturday night, headed to the hill, about 9:30, bent a radius rod.
Trailing arm. Other side. Your trailing arm. Radius rod maybe, your back wheel.
So it was done. Luckily, I brought a bunch extra with me. So here's all my radius rods I got going. And here's that bent one. These things, they're made out of cans too. I jammed back to camp. Buddy gave me a ride, grabbed some extras. Well, this turned out to be fun. Back to the truck to get spare parts. Got a ton of these, so we bent one. We got to go back out there and get her fixed. Came back out, landed at that whole car torn apart, dug it out, sitting on the spare tire, dug out underneath the car so the suspension dropped, freed up everything, unbolted it apart. When I got back there, I pretty much handed him the rod. He started throwing it back together. This is the video I got of that. It's not a whole lot, but it's what I got for you. Take a look. There, dude.
I just need that to turn.
I know. Let me tap it.
Let off. All right, let's get pressure off. I just need to turn the ball joint. Fine.
This is the upper radius arm that we bent. Bent this top one. It was kicked out this way. So pretty easy fix. I mean, you just pull this plate off. You got all 6 of these. This is under pressure while this is sitting on the ground. And you got this one, these here. We didn't need to take any of those off. All we had to do is pull this off. So what we did is you put the spare tire under here. Once we got it under there, then we started digging out under the tires. And you get the tires dug down. Now you got enough room to work, and you've let your suspension hang all the way down. So everything's free. These things are loose, or fairly loose. You kind of have to lift it. The hardest part is getting all the angles right to line up the bolts, the holes and all that. That is the hardest part. That's in that video is what you saw us beating on, was trying to get this knuckle. There's a little piece of steel inside of here on the end, on the stock ones. These are stock. I run the stocks. I have extras. They're cheap. They're easy. I can get a ton of them. Someday I'll get the better ones. Honestly, I can't afford them. They're just too expensive. These are way too cheap. They're super light, and they just bend. I don't have to worry. If this thing was super rigid and we took a hard hit, it could do some damage. You know what I mean? You could bend this. These things bend really easy. It's a Can-Am. Okay, it's made out of cans. So busted this off, took that off, let this drop down, and then we can work. Once we get it all apart, get that new one put on, put it back together, then we just dug down even further, put the tire on it, and then all you got to deal with is rolling this thing out of a hole in the sand. So not a big deal. You get it on a floor jack, then you got a situation where this thing could fall over on somebody, and now you got a real situation. So, but these trailing arms are so easy to get off. One bolt up there, one right there. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and your axle nut. And this entire trailing arm is in your hand. And these rivets, you can cut those off with a chisel. You just smack them. You don't even have to drill them out. So these things are super easy to work on. We practice on it. We can do it super quick. That whole repair took us, I would say, under an hour, even including going back to camp. So we still made it to the hill. There you go, guys. That's how you do it. Super easy. If you got any questions, let me know. Comment below. This one came off. Pull that one out. There. Go. So as you can see, that was pretty easy for us to do out in the dunes. That's because we've done it a lot of times right here. We can do that so fast. There's like 6 bolts. 6 bolts out, and I can literally have the entire trailing arm in my hand. So I could have the shocks off just by dropping that suspension. It's only a few bolts. When you get familiar with your car, I mean, I bought it thinking I would never wrench on this thing. That was the plan. Buy this Can-Am, it'll never break, and I will never turn a wrench again. I'm tired of those Banshees turning those idle jets. Wrong. I've been wrenching on this thing for a long time. So, and we're still wrenching on it. So, but we got it fixed. We got back to the hill. Landon's a big help. Of course, he wouldn't let me drive anymore, so I just did the filming. But yeah, that was a pretty eventful trip. I want to give you guys an update with the knee at the very end. That way, if you don't care about my knee, and that's cool, because you might have your own bad knee. The moral of the story is, come prepared. Come prepared to the dunes, and it will save you a ton of time, and it'll save you... Nice. This is my garage, and I always forget that I have a sensor on the light, so it went dark. Action. Come prepared to the dunes. It'll save a ton of time, and it'll save you from wasting a trip. I would have lost Saturday night, and that is irreplaceable. Saturday night at the hill on Halloween weekend, irreplaceable. So because I came prepared, we got that fixed. We got back down there. We got the footage. I finished the series. Good to go. I got a few things that need to be fixed on the car before we go out for the next trip, Thanksgiving. That's right. So got a lot of things to work on, and we'll see you on the next episode. But man, I really thank you guys for watching. I am having an absolute blast. This is the funnest time of my life, and you guys are such a part of it. All my friends moved to Texas, so you're all I got left. Thanks for being my friend. We'll see you out in the sand. You thought I forgot. I didn't forget. For those of you that are concerned about my knee, I am overwhelmed with... I just can't believe that there's so many awesome people out there that actually care enough to actually type something. I mean, really means a lot, man. That's rad. So, but the knee. So the doc said he's going to do a full replacement. I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds like a full replacement means a full replacement. Chop suey. So I'm excited about that. Scary, excited. Needs a little time to plan because I got a lot going on down there, and that's the first time he's seen me. So he said it's going to be a couple months. So I'm going to be hobbling around for a couple months. So you will be able to recognize me from a distance. So that's the neat update. And once again, I thank you guys for even caring about my knee. I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot. So I just wanted you guys to know while I'm hobbling around. I mean, I used to be fine. I actually used to be a runner. So it's kind of pretty, it's hard for me to be hobbling around. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you out in the sand.